Hey guys, today we're going to talk about a bug out buddy system. And what a bug out buddy system is, it's basically just your core group of friends and family who you are going to stick with in case of a natural disaster or an SHTF situation. I've got 4 tips for you today when you're creating your bug out buddy system. The first one is come out with a primary and secondary bug out location. If the first location is within the radius of the current disaster you're experiencing, then that's not going to be a good place to bug out to. Your first location can be maybe within 10 or 20 miles of your house, but then also have a secondary location that is maybe 50 plus miles away, so that if you are ever in a situation like Hurricane Harvey or something where there's a lot of water and a lot of area is affected, your closest bug out location might be underwater as well. Number 2, assign an out-of-town relative as a check-in. This could be a relative or a friend, a buddy you can count on to just let them know, look, these 2, 3, 4 people are in my group. These are their phone numbers. Make sure to answer the phone if they call. This is where we're meeting. Because if you try to, I'm sure you've tried before to use your cell phone when the lines are really busy, or if there's a disaster or a fire, you can't get through. So having that point of contact that everyone can eventually check in with once they get a signal, that's important. And then he'll be able to direct everybody, like, they headed to bug out location number 2 because the first one is still a little bit in the storm's path. Something like that. Tip number 3, create multiple communications methods. So, like we were just talking about the cell phone service being spotty, consider getting your bug out buddies on a CB system or walkie-talkies. Something that's not going to be on the general band, but where you'll still be able to communicate with each other. And lastly, tip number 4, alternative forms of transportation. You can see the picture I used here is a guy rescuing a lady on a jet ski right in her front door there. And that's the kind of stuff you're going to need. So someone in Houston, a jet ski or a boat, that's a good alternative method of transportation. Someone in the mountains might need a snowmobile or a tractor or something like that. And down here I even put up one of those parasails, because if you live up a windy dirt road and a forest fire ignites at the base of that hill, you're not going anywhere. But something like this, you can scoot out of there. And lastly, I don't have this as a tip, but once you have your bug out buddies and your core group of people put together, you have your bug out locations and your communication devices set up, go ahead and run through it a couple times. You could just be setting up a weekend retreat to go camping, but treat it like it's a disaster, and just make sure everybody's on the same page. Thanks, guys. Be safe.